Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. So today I'm going to be creating a holiday look for you all. I wanted to have all of the classic holiday look elements that we see year after year, but I just wanted to elevate them a little bit to make things a bit more interesting. So this is going to be my take on a holiday look this year. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So for my primer, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I'm almost finished this one. I feel determined to empty this one out. So I'm gonna take a bunch of that because I want the smoothing properties. I'm just gonna melt it in between my fingers, then spread it everywhere. And for my base, I really wanted a radiant finish, so I'm going to be going in with my L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I'm using the shade 2-3 Light, and I'm going to be applying that with my MAC 170 brush. The only thing about this thing is like the packaging was not designed very well. They just wanted to watch the world burn with this. It's so messy. You have to really concentrate and put it, it just touches the side and leaks everywhere. It's not the smartest thing. That just matches where my skin's at perfectly. It's a perfect color. I just love the finish of this one because it's glowy, but it's not greasy at all. It's just very beautiful and radiant, perfect for a holiday look. And now I'm just going to take some of my Lancome All Over Concealer in the shade 250 Bisque W. This one's a bit light for my preferences, but I want some brighter under eyes today. Plus I've been missing this concealer a ton. I'm just gonna blend that out with my sponge. I don't know what this red dot is, but it's refusing to get covered. It just looks like I might have poked my eye or something. It just looks a little inflamed. So now for my powder, I wanted to give this one another shot. It's the Dear Dahlia Skin Paradise Soft Velvet Finishing Powder. It was very pretty. I haven't used it since I've been back home, and I'm retrying all the products I need to include in a roundup at some point. But I'm just gonna take that on this small fluffy brush just to get under here real quick. Also, let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me this month. I'm struggling to get back in the groove ever since I've been back from vacation. I feel like I can't catch my routine again. It's been a very slow start, so please let me know other videos you'd like to see from me this month. That would be very, very, very helpful. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not going to set anywhere else just yet, but now I'm going to reach for my Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer in the shade Light Bronze from Say. I am so happy I purchased this stuff. It's actually beautiful and very unique. It stands out to me in my collection. If I'm really thinking about it, it's kind of similar to the Fenty Beauty cream bronzers, but not as dewy looking. And it's not as balmy of a consistency as well, so I find that it's easier to blend out. And I just love how sheer it is, but it still leaves the perfect amount of bronzing tint. So it just looks very, very natural. It's very effortless and easy. I'm using my Moda blending fan brush, which actually works really great with creams, I've discovered. I've only used it with powders. It's fantastic with creams as well, which I wasn't expecting. Optional, but I always love to hit the bridge of my nose. I feel like it just makes everything look more cohesive and cute. Same with my chin, because my chin always gets very tanned. I just knew these products were going to play together beautifully. I'm so, so happy. I did something very similar using the LYS foundation, and that was beautiful as well. But I almost prefer this glow that the L'Oreal True Match Nude Serum has for this vibe, you know? It looks really nice. And if ever you bronze a little too close to the center of your face, you can take your foundation brush or your sponge and just tap at the edges, and it's just gonna make everything look like one again. Sometimes I do this even if I do have like a perfect bronzing application. I just feel like it helps everything. It just does. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. My brain completely forgot what I was saying. Anyways, what's next? Highlighter. I wanted to retry this one from M Cosmetics. It's the Sunscape highlighter. I'm using the shade Clarity. I think I've only used this twice. That was before I left, so I completely forgot. It's like going in with a whole new highlighter again. I'm going to be using my Moda Pro Glow brush, my favorite highlighting brush. I'm just gonna hit the tops of my cheekbones. This is a beautiful color, but very intense, I forgot. I'm just gonna take my sponge and try to remove and melt that down. Okay, that fixed it. Wow, that is so pretty. It really brightens the area up, but like in a see-through way. While I'm here, I think I'm just going to put some in the inner corner, just so I don't forget that step. So now for my blush, I'm going to be using my MAC So Natural Glow Play blush. And this one's a good one if you're near my skin tone and you want to wear a red lip. I feel like it's really hard to pick a blush that suits a red lip. They can clash very easily, so I always turn to something that's very, very chill and subtle, and something I could potentially naturally turn to. That's not too pink, not too yellow, just kind of neutral, and this one's the most perfect one for that. This is a brush from Uve. It just says antimicrobial, doesn't have a number or anything, so I'm just gonna use it. It's just an angled blush brush. Never used it before. I have no idea what brand this is. I got it in a PR package from Velour. It's just a clean blush brush I have on hand. I don't know if I like it. It might be a little too fluffy, but I'm just gonna lightly hit my cheeks. I'm not gonna go as intense as I usually do, which I can hear you guys gasping already. That's about it. Who am I? I'm now revisiting my powder, and I'm going to set the center of my face. This is a Melt Cosmetics brush. It's the 718. So pretty. I love this brush collection they came out with. But I'm gonna set my forehead, just areas I tend to get more oily during the day, which is just the center. My makeup remains the same on the outskirts. Nice. Wow, I really like how this turned out. So now I'm just going to quickly do my brows and prime my eyelids, so please enjoy the brow intermission. Okay, brows are on. It's time to move on to eyes, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but I decided to repress my Pat McGrath statuesque shadow that I love so much, and then I proceeded to drop it again this morning. So here's what we're left with. It's way better than it was, but still cracked. It's just meant to be. It just wants to be broken. I'm just going to take a touch of this. Take whatever neutral eyeshadow you have on hand. You can even use a contour or bronzer. I'm just going to first zoom you guys in. Oh my goodness. And this is just going to be going in the crease to define the eyes a touch. And I'm going to make sure it's super blended out because I don't want this to be structured at all. I just want it to look kind of contoured. And I'm just gonna flick the excess in this direction towards my temple. It just adds like a little extra lift. I'm gonna put that to the side for now. And now I grabbed my two favorite eyeliner pencils, the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Smoky Liners. I have 40 Smoky Brown and 10 Smoky Black. I'm first going to be using the black one. I'm actually going to be using a brush with it. This is a Smith 203. And I'm just going to pick up some product from the pencil directly. I'm just gonna smoosh it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to create a little wing, and I'm not going to start where I usually start with my eyeliners. I'm going directly from my outer corner right here. And I'm just sketching a little wing, and I'm just going to leave it on the outer portion of my eye. I'm not going to draw a little line towards the inner corner. I just wanted everything to be concentrated on the outer corner. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be playing with a little bit of negative space, so we're going to be cleaning the edges up in a moment. Now I'm switching to my brown pencil. Again, I'm using 40 Smoky Brown, and I'm taking a smaller angled brush. This one is from Moda. It's the Angled Eyeliner BMD 490 brush. And we're going to mimic this angle here that we already created with the top liner. And we're going to bring that color to the middle of our eye on the lower lash line. And you're going to just fill it in slowly to create a double liner effect. You can do this with the black as well, but I just liked how the brown softened it a bit. I thought it made it more interesting. And you can make it as thick as you want. Just going for a thinner one today. And before we start cleaning things up, I'm just going to take another angled brush. I'm taking a black shadow, and I just wanted to soften this top one here. So I'm taking some black shadow from this Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette. This black in here is very user-friendly and approachable. And I'm just going to layer it on top. It's just gonna soften everything and make it extra dark. And you can smoke this out if you'd like. I'm going to try slightly, but I didn't wanna completely blur it. And I really like how it creates a soft gradient into the wing, so it's not like all of a sudden out here. And I'm going to do the same thing with the brown. I'm gonna take this one right here. Now we're going to be cleaning things up. Take whatever detail brushes you have. This is just an eyebrow brush, and I'm going to be going in between here. This is always when my matcha decides to really kick into hyperdrive and give me the shakes. And there we are, really fun. And now I'm going to be taking a glitter. I have a bunch that I pulled out. I have this one from Makeup by Mario that's really fun. It's the Master Crystal Reflector in the shade Quartz. Very, very pretty. And then I also have a ton of these Starlit Diamond powders from Makeup Forever. I have one that has some green reflex, a gold reflect, and just like a white reflect. It's not very silver, but they're very cute as well. These ones are just loose, so they might be a bit more difficult to work with, but I think the one that I'm just going to be going in with is one from a Pat McGrath palette that I have. This is the Mothership Dark Star one. This is one of my all-time favorite formulas from Pat McGrath. This in a lower light setting looks like diamonds on your eyes. It's so fun. And I'm just gonna take some on my finger. You can prime your lid again if you want it to be more intense. I'm just going to apply this in a way that it's just going to scatter all over my lid. I don't care if it gets on top of my eyeliner or anything. I'm just gonna start in the center, and I'm just going to pat McGrath this all over my lid. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush to help scatter this into the crease so we don't have any harsh edges. I'm just taking a bit more black shadow because there's a bit too much glitter that got on my eyeliner there, and I'm just gonna flick it off and cover it up a bit. I was looking through my collection and I spotted this, which is perfect. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Distortion, and it's a green reflect. And I was like, perfect. And I'm going to squeeze this right in the negative space we left. Just such an easy application for this tight little space here. And why not? Let's apply some in the inner corner here. Ooh, that's fun. I'm applying it right on my lash line where I would put a little black line if I brought it all the way into the inner corner. So here's the liner and shadow all done. I absolutely love these eyes, but now it's time for mascara, and I'm going to be using these two. I've been in a huge phase with this one, the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. So good. And I'm going to be using my Glossier Lash Slick on the bottom just because I wanted to tint my lower lashes. I didn't want to chunk them up or anything like that. I already gave my lashes a good curl, so I'm going to go straight in with this one. And here are the eyes all finished. Possibly one of my all-time favorite looks I've ever done in a while. I really like that. I feel like it makes my eyes look huge too. Fun. So now let's move on to lips, and then we're finished. So for my lips, I'm of course going to be doing a red lip, and I pulled out all of my favorites because I want to film like my favorite red lips video or something like that. But I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint in the shade Uncensored, which is my #1 favorite red of all time. It is a liquid lipstick, but I'm going to put a little bit of lip balm underneath right after I line up my lips, just to add some moisture and to make it a bit more comfortable. This color is just too good. So I'm going to line up my lips with the Perfectionist lip pencil from Melt in the shade Corazon, which I believe is heart in Spanish. I'm lined up now. Just gonna take a bit of my Belief Aqua Bomb Overnight Lip Mask. And I'm doing this after I line them up because I find when you line your lips with lip balm, it's more difficult, and I really wanted a crisp edge today. Now going in with Uncensored. And here is the finished final look. I adore how this turned out. It embodies everything I think of in a classic holiday look, but I love how it's just subtly jazzed up a bit. I wish I had somewhere to go today. I really do. I'm just gonna be sitting in my house looking this good. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of the products I used in today's video in the description down below, so feel free to check that out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.